The orchid. She turned to him and said, "Look, the orchid has buds on its stem. It's come back to us after blooming last year." He looked at the orchid and said, "We will be back next year. We will bud and flower. The storm will pass and we will have grown in a different direction." She turned to him and kissed him gently on his lips.
Aurora, gorgeous goddess of dawn. Borealis, wondrous wind of the north. Jade, jamboree, leisurely lighting cobalt sky, like a Hans Christian Andersen fairy tale. Giant lime curtains, maybe a window to the universe or a portal to the gods. Floating peacock feathers gifted by the sun, like shimmering sheen of crushed velvet drapes. Cosmic crayons slashing emerald hues, stirring silent euphoric sensations. Ephemeral lights glittering and glinting on flickering furnace of fluorescent flame. Luminous rays twinkling radiant grandeur, opulently waltzing in regal ballroom. Ethereal concerto tones of crimson and gold, swirling amongst vivid green gossamer twists. Quiet and tranquil like turquoise mermaids floating in forests of coral glass seaweed. Sonne lumière, peaceful and serene. Calmness radiating from a manic world.
Daraha Mahabella, my darling Bella. When you look my way, I sense my every neuron move. Lordy, it's scary and sacred and scandalously sublime. From where is this source? I yearn to know the mystery of every molecule of you. You make me reel as if drunken on crookedness. My secret inner doors I open to you. Is this what love is? Now that I understand the power of verse and lush lyrics, you are my poem. When love ignites, is this how it blazes? I'm incoherent. I inhale you, not the air, I see your face in water. Love is a drug and I overdose. There is no recovery from this bliss. I ride high, stab me with a double dosage of ardor. Who knew that such a trance as this? Has the world become golden because we share it? There is a kind of craziness when I'm close to you. Let us share this madness. Let us dream and fly together. Don't delay. I can only hold my breath for so long. Achiabacha Kaka, my loving, sweet girl, Mark.
Hi, Kirsty. Greetings from Costa Chez Nous. The sun's shining and we're out in the garden. Did I tell you Darren's been furloughed again? That's him, spark out on the sunbed. To think people used to say he looked like Brad Pitt. I think he looks more like the Incredible Hulk these days. Laugh out loud. We had a great evening last night. Darren went on Amazon and bought the full set of Benidorm on DVD. So we watched the first 8 episodes back to back. It was just like being back on the Costa Blanca again. I can hear the doorbell. That'll be our large, deep pan Hawaiian pizzas being delivered. Mustache, lots of love, Jackie. Kiss, kiss, kiss.
Here is the towpath, where horses used to pull barge loads of coal and pig iron and the red bricks required for Gothic palaces in London. The air so black with soot, you had to wipe your washing line with a damp cloth before hanging out the sheets. Now, in sunlight, marsh marigolds glint, mallards shimmer. A heron stands, shaggy silver statue. A water rat slivers sleekly through the weeds. Slag heaps are grassy hills. Fields of cow parsley cover the coal mines. I wish I could show those colliers, mill workers, bargemen, the turquoise and amber of that kingfisher on the willow branch, poised to dive into the Erewash Canal.
The Old Town. Roaming through the cobbled square, into the alley, cool and dark. Ancient doorways hoisted there, parched paint exposing wizened bark. Shutters closed to fight the heat, eerie stillness that is noon. Weary traveller, resting feet. All is quiet, no cheerful tune. Dogs in steamy stupor lie, cats asleep in sheltered spot. Birds are grounded, no urge to fly. Compliant island endures its lot. Life is paused on roasting earth, suspended, dangling, dazed and dull. Awaiting coolness of rebirth, life emerging, vibrant, full.
He shouldn't have asked to see it, and I definitely shouldn't have tried it on for him. How did I know that he'd catch sight of the price tag? He surely didn't expect me to wear one of my old evening gowns, not for the film festival. In any case, I love it. I love the royal purple and hot magenta colour of it. I love the style. I feel like Guinevere in Camelot, what with a little train. He can damn well do one. I bet he's wearing his dark green velvet evening suit and that ridiculous foppish psychedelic bow tie. He's so blooming predictable. Why does he always wear green? Well, not me. I'm wearing this dress come hell or high water. Good job he's not seen the shoes. I do so love Manolo.
These shoes were not made for walking. They're bronze, heavy and rooted here. They mark a spot where good shoes were not wasted, their owners being made to step out of them before being shot and falling into the blue, beautiful blue.
Leaf from the geraniums in flower pots by my patio door, indoors for the winter, currently struggling towards the light and limp from lack of watering, despite all that rain outside. Lacking flowers too in this mid-season resting time, matching an outer world of leafless trees, odd scruffy evergreens, but otherwise monochrome and cold. January. But these resting plants are still alive, promising new flowers. Back on the balcony in May, when everything begins to flourish for the season of new birth, held now in one geranium leaf.
Dear all, status update. I flitted, surprised. I bet you are. At least I found my happy place. I choose not to share its location. So what's behind the door? Well, for a start, there's no internet, mobile phone or television. Importantly, therefore, no unpalatable or distressing news streaming 24/7 or pictures of the perfect cupcakes you baked for high tea. Instead, there are lots of higgledy-piggledy nooks and crannies to explore, delightful views of the paddock and beyond, and a very beautiful, well-stocked library. Oh, and modern plumbing and a comfortable bed. Some lines should never be crossed. So you may well ask, how will I occupy myself? I'll write, of course. Don't you think this place lends itself to that time-slip Gothic bodice ripper I've always wanted to write? Oh, you didn't know? Well, must go, things to do. Expect another missive soon. Love and kind regards, Molly. P.S. I'm thinking of getting a dog and maybe some sheep for the paddock.
Dear old London town, here's hoping you're keeping well, with fewer tourists pounding your pavements and less diesel assailing your nostrils. You must be wondering where those absent humans have got to. Perhaps the photo is your plan for reinventing the capital as a go-to sunspot with no worries about airport permutations. Behold the Bankside Riviera. See Punch and Judy under the shadow of Tower Bridge. I am missing my trips to see you. It doesn't seem right not being able to saunter alongside Father Thames, mooch in Tate Modern, and dally down the King's Road. But fear not, demographics will soon beckon me to the National Puncture Project. Enhanced antigens allowing again metropolitan interludes and an overdue reunion with you. As always, Marcus the Midland Flaneur.
Through the eye of a needle. Dearest friend Ruby, well, couldn't wait to let you have a copy of a picture which Richard and myself wanted to share. Our miracle. I was so nervous of going for our first ultrasound scan. The staff were very kind, attentive, and guided me every step of the way. They explained everything that would happen during the process with great clarity. I was even prepared for the shock of the cold gel on my bump. Although we are in the grasp of lockdown 3, Richard was allowed to accompany me. Our circumstances were such that the authorities bent the strict rules, for which we were most grateful. During the scan taking place, I heard Richard gasp, and he described our baby to me in minute detail. Her tiny heart was beating so fast, he said. The best part was Sophie, the sonographer, said she would stitch the picture for me so I could feel our baby with my fingers. When I received it, I could see it like I do when I read Braille. Much love, and we will keep you posted on developments. Richard and Amanda, kiss, kiss.
Berlin, July 1961. It is her face I remember, a brave dash of lipstick and a smile which does not reach her eyes. On opposite sides, we watch our babies stretch across the barbed wire barrier towards each other. I want to stretch my hand toward her too and hold her. She has found an abandoned pram and tells me she cannot bear to think of its provenance. A roughly hewn brick wall will replace this cruel fence, and we will never meet again, never sing together to our children as they clasp the air between them. The wind is bitter as I look at her for the last time.
In the seafront cafe, they are drinking cappuccino and latte, stirring the crusts of their coffees with brittle fingers, raising their glasses to mild friendships and milder rivalries. In the corner, the woman with the laddered tights falls on her ice cream sundae, digging deep into cold globes of vanilla and raspberry, feeling the warmth of 50 sunshine melt them on her outstretched tongue. She shuts her eyes, runs back to girlhood to catch the jingling van before it rounds the bend at the fogged end of her street, gives up the pennies under skinned knuckles for a slab of softness, bookended by a yellow wafer slice. In the cafe, the spoon scoops the last of the pink poo in the thick sump of her glass. Just a smile for the coffee drinkers, the sweet aftertaste of the past.
Spring blossom. Yes, it's Van Gogh, lighting ambition, shining plum blossom in exhibition. In a corner by a side door, contemporaries hug the main floor. From aisles on the margin created, with hope new palette sun painted. To the orchard came the magician, mixing notes of light colour, the musician. Jumping texture, you're in pasto, painting bright, your manifesto. In the corner, your attendant's a friend. She's heard your song, glows, your friend. No boredom or day too long. You've lit up our girl in spring song.
Dear Martha, 31st of January 2021, day 317, lockdown. Thank you for your prayers. I rise every morning and praise God for my blessings, a fine home with a plentiful supply of homegrown produce. Am I ungrateful wretch to tire of our diet of potatoes and beets? The Lord has been kind to us and we're in good health. We abide by every legal requirement and have not seen a soul. I think Joel prefers it this way. I placed all my hopes in the vaccine, but Joel forbids it, saying it's the devil's work. My phone and computer have been taken away until my faith is restored. These days, even the sound of his breathing makes me want to pick up that pitchfork and jab it where the sun don't shine. Forgive me, Lord, for I have been sorely tested. Yours ever, Patience.